Hi, this is Andrew Llewellyn, and I am presenting to you wetlands and their importance. Wetlands play three distinct roles in maintaining a healthy ecosystem. First of all, they act as a habitat to many natural and some invasive species. Secondly, they retain runoff and rainwater. And thirdly, they act as a natural filter to remove nitrates and phosphates and capture sediment. Today I'm visiting a small, maybe 60 or 70 acre plot of land that is a federally protected wetland. You can see over off in the distance there is a subdivision beyond the tree line over there. Rainwater runoff feeds this small creek here, which in turn flows into the main part of the wetlands, which we will be seeing next. Here we have one of three bodies of water on this property. You can see there are some cattails right on the edge of the water, and as you get a little bit closer to where I'm standing, you have some common reed there, and then it progresses into more of a woody forested area. The water in a wetland typically moves pretty slow as it enters and exits the area. This is key to allowing bacteria in the soil to consume the nitrates in the water. This is a process known as denitrification. Bacteria in the soil consumes the nitrates and releases it as gas into the atmosphere. This is a major role that wetlands serve to filter nitrates and other nutrients that are harmful to people and animals out of our environment. Another purpose of the slow-moving water is it allows sediment to settle down in the vast network of thick vegetation that is present in these wetlands. I also have observed a lot of waterfowl in this particular standing body of water. There's songbirds, migratory birds. I've also noticed frogs, toads, and the like, turtles, and of course everybody's favorite, mosquitoes and ticks. This is one of the many woody areas that you can find on the outlying edges of a wetland area. This particular one is mostly dominated by box elder. There is a lot of buckthorn back here that I've noticed also as well. Here we have the ever-present cattail. This is an invasive plant. It began its run, its first sightings were in New England. This is rhizomorphic in nature, which means all it takes is one seed and it begins a vast network of roots that spread, and then the stems pop up from that. Here I've ripped up a sample of the dirt around the base of one of these cattails, and you can kind of see those little roots creeping through there. They'll just inhabit all of this wet area over here and start popping up everywhere. A very important function of areas like these is to retain excess runoff water and prevent flooding. Typically in the summer, this will be pretty well flooded out, and it'll be a very slow moving stream. The mid-1800s, farmers were encouraged to buy land such as this for as little as 10 cents an acre, and then they would drain it and grow crops on it. But when you start filling in and draining all the natural low lands, the water doesn't have anywhere to go, and it starts to flood out other developed areas, and it increases sediment pollution downstream. Making my way a little bit farther into the property now. The ground's getting a little bit higher, and I'm back into another forested area. You can really get a sense for just how biodiverse a place like this is. It's really important that these are preserved. Most people just kind of look at these places and think it's just a stinky pond with a bunch of brown plants in it, but really they are a crucial part to our ecosystem. There's more pine trees behind me, some shagbark hickory, and we've even got a little bit of sumac in here. About 60 years ago, a lot of this property was drained and filled in to make way for some new baseball fields, and this right here is the Smoking Gun. You can see this area, normally left in its natural state, wouldn't be underwater like this. You've got these box elder trees in here that are just really flooded out during the growing season, and a lot of them aren't faring so well. So this is case in point right here. This is what happens when you fill in wetlands. Overall, I find it hard to overstate the importance of wetland habitats. Recent legislation has dissuaded farmers from draining wetlands in order to gain more profitable, harvestable land. However, I think stricter penalties need to be enacted and more legislation. The conservation and rehabilitation of what little wetlands remains is vital to ensuring that other ecosystems won't go down with the wetlands. Thanks for taking the time to watch my presentation.